Hi folks, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to show you how to change the slide background image. In this particular example, there's not a real big impact on the background image. We're using a very similar set of background images. That's this grayish black background back here, just to give it a slight shift in sort of the lighting when the slide changes images, but it's actually a background image that changes. I'm going to show you how to change that to your own background image. First thing is image size. You do have a couple of options. We're using a particular style here called cover, which means it doesn't matter how big your background image is, it's going to fill up the available container, which is the slider container. Right, we've set a height of 500 pixels and we've set a width of 100%. So the background image is going to fill up that entire container no matter what. Some other themes and templates, we may use a background image is very large because it depends on what the background image is comprised of. If it's more of an image-based thing, or if it's more a texture-based thing such as this, where we just have different gradients in the background, we're just going to use the cover. If it's more of an image-based background, we'll probably use a larger image to fill up the entire background and just let the background repeat so that the image is crisp and clear and doesn't get stretched or distorted. When you're using gradients like this, you can let them stretch and distort and you'd never know the difference. So let me just jump in and show you how to change those background images. Let's go to our editor and let's go into the library, sliders, tilt slider, and finally open up your tilt slider library page. Now the background image is attached to each slide. So here's slide number 1. This line right here where it says images tilt BG1 JPEG, that's where you change the image. We've loaded the background images right into the images folder where your other pictures are. We've just called it tilt BG1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now the size of these images we've set to 1680 by 600, and I recommend 1680 by 600 up to 2000 by 600. So try to keep them nice and large so they'll have a good display. And these ones we're using, they're not very big in file size. They are big pictures, but it's only 33 kilobytes in file size, so it's pretty small file size actually. But to replace it, just find your slide. There's the background image link right there. Just put your new background image in the images folder and change the name of the picture here. Like I said, if you can get it sized to about 1680 to 2000 wide by maybe 600 tall, right? That'll help out. Now here's another little trick here. If you open up the CSS and the tilt slider, right up top here in our one of the first things we talk about here is the slides, and we set a height. In this case it's 500 pixels. Other templates may have larger or smaller heights associated with them, but make sure that your picture always exceeds the height that we're demonstrating here in the CSS. I'm going to scroll down the page here a little bit, and I'm going to show you how you can change the image from what we call a cover, where it just fills up the entire screen, to allowing the picture to be just displays at its full size without trying that stretch. You may not notice depending on your pictures anyways, but let's just scroll down here till line 138 where we have the tilt background image. You see this background size of cover? Yeah, if you find that your pictures are getting a little bit blurry, just remove that, like so. Okay, and that will make sure that the background image fits to just its full size. You can actually background image position. Yep, that should do it.